Good afternoon. You are here with the Medicare Machine. We're so excited that you're going to join us today. We just went live. We go live at 1:15 every Thursday afternoon. Today, I have four. It's just three incredible guests that I invited to join me today. And we're going to just have a nice discussion about what it is to be an agent, what it is to be a broker. Okay, if you don't know me, my name is Orlando Lopez. I am the sales director for the Medicare Peace of Mind, which is a part of the Medicare Machine. And I have three guests: Amy Kite, Rose Villalobos, and Brandy Martinez. We are here in action, doing it, grinding it out. So, ladies, I'm so excited that you joined me today. How you feeling so far? You guys a little nervous?
Oh yeah. Yes.
A little bit, baby.
Yeah, a little bit. I can't lie. I'm a little nervous too because I'm rolling this out solo today. I don't have Josh. I don't have Aaron here. It's me and you guys. So we're gonna get it done. So really, what I wanted to talk about today was your experience as being brokers. All of you are fairly new. So kind of give us, and we'll start with Amy, and then we'll go to Rose and Brandy. We'll end with you with this question because you're the newest.
Okay.
All right. So just kind of give us a little bit about being a broker, what it is, what you're learning, how exciting, the ups, the downs. Give us your all, Amy. Let us know what's going on. Can you hear me?
Being a broker, highlights of can you hear me? Yeah.
Yes.
Highlights of being a broker, and especially being on this team, is the camaraderie. There's so much personal growth daily. We get a lot of training through you and through Joshua. There's a lot of support. And then, of course, we get to help people that need Medicare, help them navigate the Medicare maze and, help them get the health care that they need, the benefits that they're qualified for. So I love that part. There's some downs, honestly, you get hung up on sometimes, or if you don't build that level of trust, you don't get the client. But that doesn't happen very often, honestly. So for the most part, I love being a broker. I love being a part of this team.
Nice. What is your favorite part of being this on this team?
Just you all. I love my team. I love how we lift each other up and keep each other up, and the positive reinforcement, the training, the camaraderie. We're all in it together.
We are all in this together. It reminds me of a High School Musical song. If you guys know about that song, we're all, I have kids who enjoyed those shows or those movies. Amy, how long have you been doing this now?
So I actually started about this time last year, brand new. The insurance was it was like learning a new language. I went to 8%, and don't laugh at me. I was so new. I hadn't learned all the lingo yet. And as I am talking to people there, someone asked me if I was captive or not. And I didn't even know what that meant. I felt so foolish. And so I went through AEP. I loved it. I wasn't the best at it. And then I broke my arm, and that really just set me back. And so I just got going again in the past couple of months. So
what I like is hearing about your background a little bit. Tell us a little bit about your background. Just because I want everybody to know that anybody can be an agent. If you're out there just kind of wondering, and I'm not, that sounded terrible, Amy. It's not anybody.
Thanks, Orlando. Well, yes, I guess if I can do it, anyone can do it.
Well, it's not about you. It's about being in any industry, just being anywhere. If you are willing to learn and work the system, you can start being successful. And we're starting to see some success. So tell us about your background a little bit, Amy.
Well, that's really true. Well, actually, so the majority of my life, well, now it's kind of offsetting that. I was a stay-at-home mom. I have 4 kids. I was married for a little over 20 years, and I was able to stay at home with them. My ex-husband and I, we got pregnant right out of high school, so I didn't go to college or start a career. So now that they're all grown and I've gotten to get back into work, most of my jobs were retail. My most current job before becoming a broker, though, which I actually really liked, believe it or not, was being a pawnbroker at a pawn shop. So it was very interesting. I learned so much. When I started at Easy Pawn back in 2019, I didn't even know what an HDMI cord was. So I learned a lot.
That is so cool. I love that part. Being a pawnbroker, I think of the show, and the pawn stock, stuff like that, and how interesting it is to find those people coming and going. But some of those skills you got from there, you're able to transfer to here in the insurance industry, and now you are working a professional job.
Yes. And I would agree with you. I think I probably did learn a lot of skills there, all different walks of life. And when I say all, I mean all, and all different ages. So, and then, part of doing that is I'm selling items, but I'm also giving out loans on people's items that they bring in. So it was multifaceted.
Yeah. That's hilarious. I love it. All right, Rose, give us a little experience. What's been your experience? How long? Let's start with how long you've been doing this, and then go from there.
Okay, so like Amy, I started about a year ago this time, and of course, I had some rough bumps and rides on the road, and so I've actively been doing this now since, gosh, October maybe. So I wasn't a part of the AAP. So this year it'll be new for me. I love it. I like to go meet new people, meet new friends. I met everybody here, a lot more other people. It's not the easiest job in the world. It's fun, but it's not easy. I'll admit that. There's a lot of work that goes into actually getting your certifications and requirements to be able to sell, or not. I don't want to say sell, because we don't sell insurance. We help people get insurance. We don't sell it. There is a lot that is involved, year round. We're taking tests and we're, running around and we're getting stuff done. But it has so many benefits for people who love helping people. You could, just to make somebody smile because you made something that seems so difficult easy to understand for them and to help them. And I love being around everybody for sure. It's an awesome team. I call Amy crying. She'll call me crying. We're like, we're cool now. I want to go take this test. So.
That is great. So it's good. It's nice to have friends on the team. It's nice to be able to vent to each other. because we have our ups and our down days. You know, some of our updates we got to sell, you know,
Yeah.
or we were able to educate and enroll somebody, right? Instead of sell, we educate and we enroll.
Yeah.
So that's what we do. And sometimes it goes very smooth. And then there's other days it's like banging your head against the wall,
Yes.
and
Yes.
and you're like, I don't know what to do and how to do it, and we can rely on each other. That's what Medicare
100%.
Peace of Mind. That's what we do, is we rely on each other. We help each other out. Rose, give us a little bit of your background.
For background. So I started in the medical field in 1996, and I became a nurse, and I was a nurse for over 20 years. I stopped nursing around 2019, kind of trying to figure out what I wanted to do and stuff. And I ran into some old friends, which is Aaron and Joshua Youngs, and they introduced me to, this side of the medical. And I enjoyed it because I still help people, and I'm not killing myself on 12-hour shifts, working 6-7 days a week sometimes. And yeah, that's my background.
And it's really cool because with your background, you do have some information and insight that a lot of us don't. A lot of the medical insight, and creating that trust and that value instantly when they know that you're a nurse or you were a nurse. It is, I mean, it's dynamite. I wish we all had that in our back pocket and say, hey, I was a nurse. And they'd be like, oh, really? Well, the sad part about that is not only are you going to enroll them or educate them and enroll them, but then you're going to say, hey, what's this on my elbow? Can you tell me about this?
I get that all the time.
Right here.
all the time. As soon as they find out, they have medical questions for me. And I kind of try a little bit, but I say, you need to call your doctor. I'm not getting in trouble.
Good job. That's the right answer. Call your doctor.
Yeah. Not Google.
Not Google. Yeah.
No.
Google. Yeah. Don't believe it all. Brandy. All right. First comer. You're brand new. Tell us, Brandy.
Brand new. Yes.
Why?
I
Tell us
am
why.
super excited to start. Recently, my journey actually started last August. I've been wanting to do this since last August. My 2 kids had graduated, and I had been working for a nonprofit for 10 years and was just feeling a little burnt out and needed a change. And the last, couple of years that we all went through just kind of gave me that opportunity to pause and just to kind of think, what do I want to do? And so happened to see one of Josh's Facebooks that said, I love what I do, and why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you calling me? And it just made me think, well, why not? And so just kind of researched and looked into it, and what does it mean to be a broker, and what does what kind of the ins and outs, what does it mean? And so I've been, following Josh and Cody and just everybody since August, and really, really wanted to get started, but kind of really had to do that transition from my other job to being able to do this. And so that took a little bit, but so now jumping right in 100%, and I love it. I have been, I'm a researcher, so I've been watching videos and just really learning the lingo and all of this. So I feel like I've been doing this for a minute, but really it's only been the last couple of months that I've actually been live doing this. So, but yeah, I am so excited. I just really have that being a nonprofit, being a volunteer, you just kind of have that heart of you want to serve people. I just want to help. Yeah. And, when I found out that you could make money helping people, I'm like, well, there you go. That's just the best news ever. So how do I do it? And so, so I'm just excited really to be a part of this team as well. In researching and finding those videos, you see a lot of agents that aren't successful. And, that's why we'll talk about in a minute, but that's why there's the whole 8% nation. And so I was like, well, what does that? I don't want to be one of those 92%, but a lot of it is they don't have the support system that they need. And so right away from the get-go, just with Joshua, and then just with you, Orlando, and just with all of the team, I really have felt welcome and have felt felt like, my questions have been answered, and then I'm not just kind of out there floating on my own little boat in the middle of nowhere. And so that really, I think, is the key to a lot of success. You need to get, attached to somebody, and really that, like you said, Amy, that camaraderie, that team, like I haven't even met all of you in person, and I just, I just love the team. So I'm excited.
That's awesome.
It is awesome. And that's what an agency or an FMO should look like, is being able to create a culture that we can depend on each other. We can ask each other. Sometimes, I say some of our team chats get really crazy.
Yeah, they do.
And my watch or my phone, it's going off like crazy, and I'm like, what's going on? Oh my gosh! And, I'm in a meeting, and we're just really going, oh my goodness, but then I go back and I read some of that information, and people are asking questions, and then we're getting answers back from each other, and we're not leaning on just one person, not just me and Josh, but we're leaning on each other. We're because I haven't experienced everything. Josh hasn't. Probably almost everything Josh has experienced. But we also have, Tyler out there who's experienced a lot of things. We have Amber out there who's, I'm calling out our team, all our teammates, right? We have Craig who's experienced some good stuff. We have Holden who's killing it in Missouri. So we have all this great experience together. And that's the kind of culture that we want to create and have created here at Medicare Peace of Mind. Again, I love throwing my little plugs. So if you want to be a part of a culture like that, we're uplifting each other, we're helping each other, we're encouraging each other, we have answers for one another, come work with Medicare Peace of Mind. We're here to help you grow your business. That is our goal. All right. So I want to talk real quick about appointments. Now, expectations of appointments. What's fun about appointments? So let me talk about a little bit about my history, I guess. I have been in the industry for 17 years. I started off selling ancillary products to small groups. That was my first sales position, my first professional position. It was the scariest thing ever. Didn't know what I was doing. Never talked to any owner of a business or president or anybody. Didn't know how to communicate very well. So I was really scared. But let me just back up and say the reason why I got into the insurance industry is I prayed for many years. About 10 years. I'll be honest. I prayed for 10 years to have a mentor, somebody who could really help me in life. And I was blessed. My prayer was answered. My mentor for the last, 20 years of my life, his name is Dexter Nash. He is an incredible professional. He has his own HR company, super, super intelligent and successful. Well, he started mentoring me personally, and then he asked me to join him in business. He went and got his health and life license, and then I got my health and life license. And what's really cool is he actually paid for everything. I mean, that's how encouraging it was to have a mentor like that. Is he invested time and money, resources that I can't imagine he had into me. And from that point forward, I grew in my career. He was there every step of the way. He mentored me professionally and personally and spiritually, all levels. And I tell you that story because it's important to have this kind of culture.
Yeah.
It's important. That's what, and we're going to talk, like you said, Brandy, we're going to talk about 8% here in a minute, but that's what Cody talks about a lot. That's what Josh talks about a lot. is about mentorship. Right now, he's over at Coach Burke Ranch, and he's getting mentored right now,
Yeah.
right? And so we grab from all these resources to learn and to grow.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to plug that in there. Mentoring is huge, and we're coworkers,
Mhm.
but there's still a mentorship there. We're still learning from one another. That's the kind of culture, again, we have at Medicare Peace of Mind.
Yeah.
All right. Now I'm going to take it back another question, and I know I didn't talk about all my experience, but I'm going to ask some questions here. Amy, I want to know what has been your favorite appointment that you had so far, and tell us about your worst appointment. And I'm gonna call him up real quick. I'm gonna say, "Hey, Rudy Summers, thanks so much." He says, "Really good to hear agents. I love what they do." We're getting some love back. Thanks, Rudy. So tell us, Amy, what were your best and your worst appointments?
So my best, gosh, that's hard to pick. My best. I have a few people that we have just really connected and speak fairly frequently. I have about 3, so I know a lot about each of them. Um, One actually that I just saw earlier this week. He is a Vietnam vet. He has Agent Orange. I've seen all of his. He has done a lot of fishing, so I've seen all of his fish mounted. He's got a huge swordfish. His dad looked like Clark Gable, and actually doubled in a few films for Clark Gable. I mean, that's how close
Really?
they look alike. So that's really neat. One time, I was helping them get signed up for Part A, a different client, and we had been having trouble. We had to get on the phone with Social Security twice, and each time, you're on hold for almost an hour. So I was over there, I think, for 4 hours. They barbecued. We had steak.
Come on, somebody. Yeah.
Seriously. Yeah. So
Telling you.
We're
that is
committed.
awesome. Now, my worst appointment last year when I was really new, she came from the food bank. She gave me, a permission to contact. I called her. We made an appointment. I got there. I'm so new. I'm still, pretty nervous about everything. She answers the door with no pants. So, okay, right? At least we're both girls. We get in there, and I get sat down, and I start the fact finder with her, right? But she's really kind of all over the place as far as her prescriptions and whatnot. She finally, after about 20 minutes, she says to me, "What is this about?" And so I tell her, and she's like, "Yeah, this is not what I want to do today." And she just looks me straight in the eye, like, "You got to go now." So I was like, "Oh, okay." Well, you have a great day, and thank you for your time. Yeah, so I left that appointment a little defeated. I'm not gonna lie. I might have gotten teared up a little bit after I got to my car. Like, whoa,
What was that?
What just happened?
Kind of. Yeah.
That's an incredible story. Oh my goodness, I love it. Rose, tell us about your favorite and your worst appointment.
So my favorite appointment was this lady that you and I actually went to go see. We went up to Greeley. And that woman, she was so sweet and kind and patient and talkative. I loved it. I want to say I think she's my favorite because her and I have been experiencing the same types of medical issues. So we related. I call her at least once a week, just check in on her. And she's super exciting, talks to me about everything, about her family, about her kids, about her grandkids, about her paintings that she wants to do but can't. And that's one of my favorite ones. You know, we were relatable. Does that make sense? So I really enjoyed it. I didn't get no steak out of the deal, though. And I think one of my worst ones is we got the contact card, contacted, set appointment, go out to Greeley, and the guy answers the door, and he's all, yeah, we had an appointment today. Oh, and then we go sit in the backyard, and he's whatever in boxers and a t-shirt, and he was hateful. He was hateful. He was like, well, what do you want? And I said, well, you tell me what you would like. You asked for my help, and I mean, towards the end of everything, he did start, feeling better and being nicer and joking around, but he made you feel so unwanted. You kind of really grit your teeth until he told you to leave, because he didn't say leave or I don't want to do this. He would answer questions, but it was uncomfortable. But so I didn't have nothing too bad like Amy.
Those are the appointments that you kind of gotta brush them off, shake them off for a minute, listen to your favorite song in the car, do a little head banging, whatever you need to do.
You gotta laugh.
You gotta laugh at it and then move forward, right?
Yeah.
Well, Brandy, tell us what's coming up.
Well, I have some appointments scheduled for this weekend, so that'll be fun. Joining the Loveland Expo. Is it Home and Garden or Home Show? Whatever.
Oh, are you going?
Yes.
We'll be there.
Nice.
Yes. So I'm going to kind of look and see what's happening and what do we do, just to kind of, get the feel of everything. But yeah, so I haven't actually had an appointment, but my best experience so far and why I really did get into this business, we had a friend from church who is a senior and, kind of knew that I was getting into this space and just came to me and really was like, okay, can you help me? And, I was barely even taking my test. I didn't even have my license yet, and was just like, here's all my cards, here's my information. And just, kind of had tears in his eyes. Like, I'm so afraid that I'm not going to have enough coverage and something's going to happen and my family, is not going to be taken care of. And I was like, that was my first realization that like, this is serious. Like people like really do need help. They have no idea. They don't understand. And so I, have that skill set that I can, take a fire hose of information and just kind of analyze it and then articulate it out to somebody that can understand. So I just was like, okay, well, here we go. And so that's been my best experience. And it's been like that. Everybody I talk to has like, oh great, I need help, or I know somebody who needs help. So there's just it's a really confusing space. And so I'm just glad that I can provide the help that they need. I don't have any worst ones yet, but maybe next month I'll come back. Stay tuned.
Give it time.
Yeah.
Quick shout out to Cody Askins. He's been watching us here, so thanks for watching. Appreciate you. Can't wait to see you in 8%. We're going to talk about it here in just a couple minutes. Before I'm going to tell you about my best and my worst. I'm going to mute you, Amy, just because I'm getting a little background noise from you. Okay.
Okay.
I got you. So my favorite appointment that I had, I went to this lady's house, beautiful home, and she was about 74 years old, and I was, just did my presentation, and it's just a great appointment, and she did well. She's had several businesses in her lifetime. Well, through our conversation, I had a huge epiphany at this point in my life. What I discovered through our discussion is, even at 74 years old, she was starting a whole nother business.
Wow.
yeah, and that blew my mind. I'm like, what? I mean, you should be just chilling out, watching TV, whatever. No, she was so sharp. She was starting her new business, and she already was successful in several other businesses. And so the epiphany is that age is relative.
Yeah. Yeah.
No matter where we're at in life, if we continue to push and we continue to try, we continue to push ourselves out there, learn from others, we can achieve great things. We don't have to stop at 74. We don't have to stop at 80. We don't have to stop at 90. In fact, my wife thinks I have a Superman complex, but she's probably correct. Because I still believe that I can get stronger, I can get faster, I can do these things better if I continue to push myself. And that's what I do. I do that, and I hate getting hurt. I don't get hurt usually, but if I do get hurt, I'm a big baby, and she's like, "I told you, go down." I got a good wife there. She's always looking out for me. So that was my best. She was an incredible woman. I love and we would sit and talk, and I'd spend just some time with her, just understanding what she did. And it was just an amazing experience for me altogether. The worst one was, I have a couple of good ones, good stories, some houses. Oh my goodness. But the one that jumps out at me the most, it wasn't a horrible appointment per se. I don't speak Spanish, so I had my manager at that time come, and she was interpreting, and she was really doing the whole presentation for me, honestly. I was just sitting there, just chilling, watching her do her thing. And all of a sudden, this thing starts crawling around along the table. And the guy, he drops, this is the table. He drops his hand, boom, right on the table to catch this bug. I'm like, what the heck was that? And he just brings it, wipes it off, and puts it on the floor. I'm like, okay. Then I started looking around the wall. I seen a ton of roaches everywhere. I was so freaked out. I grabbed my bag, I put it on my lap, and I'm like, okay, we need to hurry this up. Let's get them enrolled. Let's go.
Yeah. Wow.
That was my worst one. My worst appointment ever. It was really good to hear. I think we need to be honest. We need to hear the goods, the highlights, and the lowlights. This is a part of life.
Yep.
And a part of life is pushing. A part of life is having this culture and being able to depend on each other. Hey, texting in the team chat, or just each other saying, hey, I had this great appointment. Let me tell you what went right. Yep. Or texting each other and say, hey, I had this appointment and it was a mess. Let me tell you what went wrong. Yeah. And it's great to have that culture. And the thing I want to transition into is talking about 8%, which I am so excited to be a part of, to go to. It is at the end of this month in Dallas. If you don't know what 8% is, Google it, 8% in Dallas. And what I'm learning from our conversation last week with Cody is a lot of the purpose behind it is connection, is getting people networking together, learning from each other, mentoring each other, finding mentors, or just finding friends that you can lean on, finding people that you can have mastermind meetings with and just have ideas. We talked about ideas last week, and if you have an idea and you think it's going to be a good idea, then do it. Or if you just have an idea, you don't know if it's a good idea or a bad idea, what should you do? You do it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if it's good or bad. You just do it. You get out there and do it. So I'm excited to network. I'm excited to meet new people. I'm excited for all of you because I think all of you are going to 8%. So my question is, I get excited and I start going off. I'm like, I start just talking. Brandy's like, yeah, you do.
I know. I'm like, let me do it. Let me do it.
So we'll start with you, Brandy, because I know you're excited about 8%. Tell us why you're excited and what you expect to get out of 8%.
Yeah, so really super, super excited. Like Cody Askins has put together like the Disneyland for like this industry. And I am way excited. Actually, for four people are going to be in the same location at the same time. So it's just my like, I'm going to be like starstruck the whole time. So first is
Okay. I was going to ask you who your 4 people.
Oh yeah, I'll list them off. I'll tell you. Okay, about to name drop here. So, I don't know if you know, like if you really have researched, but Ed Milet, I have been following Ed Milet for a long time, and I watched a video, one of his videos, an interview that he did with Dr. Joe Dispenza, and he was talking about how you can literally rewire your brain to like you're in a spot where like I don't want to be here. I don't like where I'm at right now. You can rewire your brain and really take that pathway into what do you want to do. It really kind of made the the whole like you can do whatever you want to do like great, but that interview was like this is how you do it, and it was just mind-blowing. So ever since then I've kind of been on that like, well, what do I want to do, who do I want to be? So number one, like amazing to meet Ed Milet. I don't even care if I meet him or not, just being in the same, just listening to the information that he has is amazing. Second is Coach Burt. Really, when I was getting into this industry, like I said, researching and finding videos, I found a video from Coach Burt and just really connected with him. And, being new and going from a completely different industry to this industry is like everything is new. And so you go through those like, can I do it? Like, am I good enough for this? Like, I don't know. Are they going to listen to what I have to say? But really that, two things that Coach Burt says is some will, some won't. So what? And I was like, that's amazing. That's totally right. Like that's right. So we're just going to adopt that saying. So I love that. Some will, so what? Some will, some won't. So what? That's the best thing. And then also just, I'm looking for people who are looking for me. So I'm like, okay, I can do this. I really can. And so then the next two people, kind of the really reading their books has really helped. But Rebecca Davis and her grassroots ideas and just her interviews that she's done to where she says, I can do this in my local environment. You don't have to have a lot of money. And Letitia Jackson, both of those two women are just like amazing to me. And I can't wait to actually meet them in person. I've met Letitia, but I can't wait to meet Rebecca just because it really has, gone from Ed to Coach Burt to then like Rebecca and Letitia really like, you can do this in your area. You don't have to have this big, huge platform like the other two do. You can still do this. And so for all those people to be in one place together, I'm just going to be like I said, starstruck. So I'm just so excited. So,
Awesome.
when you're doing videos and you're sharing your story, you don't know how far your reach goes. But those people are why I'm here and why I'm doing this and why I get to help other people. So I just so excited to go.
Oh, very cool. Hey, I'm gonna unmute you, Amy, and we're gonna hear why you're excited and what you expect to get out of 8%.
It changed my life last year. So it was so powerful. The energy, the speakers, the amount of knowledge and inspiration that you get. I can't say enough about it. So I'm super excited about the speakers this year. What do I expect to get? I don't even know how to say I expect to get out of it. It is so powerful. It literally alters the way your brain works. Mm-hmm. So I don't even have the right words to express really how powerful it is. Coach Burt stood out so much last year. He is incredible. All of the speakers were immensely incredible in different ways, and they all had so many different nuggets. So I'm super excited. It's going to give me probably enough fuel to get me through AEP. AEP, you kind of get charged up anyway. But I should have enough great mindset and inspiration, and I can do this to get me through the rest of the year. So,
Well, and that's a good point, Amy. Is right now we're starting this AEP journey, right, with all the certifications and AHIP and all that fun stuff.
yeah.
Fun stuff.
Yeah.
But it is truly we're starting to go up that hill like a roller coaster, right? We're click, click, click,
Yeah.
click, click. Once it goes, and this every year. So a part of my background is also I've worked for carriers for most of my career, and every year we had our AEP kickoff event. And so we'd fly off to Florida or somewhere, and we have this big old event, learning about the new products, having brokers come in, educating them. I mean, it's just a big old exciting motivation time. And this is exactly what this is supposed to do, is get us excited, get us refocused so we can have a huge and successful AEP. So that's what we're going to have, is a huge AEP and a successful AEP. All right, Rose, tell us what you're thinking.
I am thinking a whole bunch. I've seen so many videos, never been to 8%. Seen so many videos from so many different people, speakers, Cody. I mean, it is hyped. This whole thing is just, whoa. It's like this massive party with thousands and thousands of people. I'm super stoked for sure. I'm excited here. I did watch virtually the 8% last year from Zoom because of COVID. And man, even just there were just them on stage and a few people in the room. They rocked it. The stories these people tell, from how they became, from living on the streets to the successes they are today, where their mindset was, how they got from point A to point B, and what happened all in between and stuff. The stories are phenomenal. Man, what I just want to learn more and more and more and get more and more and more out of it. There's so much to learn, and I'm ready. I'm just like, come back with a big head, and, and all this information and all this just excitement and willingness and wanting and pushing. And yeah, it's supposed to be, I'm excited.
Nice. Is there one specific speaker or several speakers like Brandy who you're excited?
I'm excited about
It's gotta be Tim Tebow, man. Let me tell you, he is a good speaker. That man could speak. I want to hear what he has to say.
Okay. All right. Well, I'd have to agree. I say my top ones. I'm excited to see our main man, Joshua Youngs.
Yes.
He's going to be on stage this year, and he has breakout sessions. So come and learn about the Medicare Machine. We'll start.
Did you say three of them? Did you say three?
Yeah.
There's 3 sessions. Yep, 3 sessions he's going to have. So come and join us at those 3 sessions. So I'm excited to hear what he has to say and get everybody excited about what he does. Because you guys know he's a machine. Dropping 550 6 apps in an AEP. That dude is never sleeps. So amazing, and we get to learn.
You don't
from
go to the bathroom either, I heard.
He doesn't. I shadowed him twice last AEP, and when I tell you, from sun up until sundown, we did not stop for lunch. I don't remember stopping to use the restroom. You just don't eat or drink. And then we're on the highway, and he's doing apps, and he's on the phone, and we're in people's houses. He literally is a machine.
He is a machine. So
awesome.
he's gonna be on the stage this year. He has 3 sessions. Come check us out. I'm also excited to hear Tim Tebow. I ain't gonna lie. I'm all about my faith in Christ, and I know him and I we have that mentality of who Christ is in our life. And I want to hear how he continues to intertwine. So one of my goals in my career is to intertwine Christ in it. You know, everything I do, just because that's where my success lies. It's not because I had a mentor, but the mentor also mentored me in my faith. And so everything that has made me successful has been a part of my relationship with the Lord Jesus Christ. And so I'm excited to hear his testimony more, hear more about how he involves the Lord in his business. So that's just what I'm excited about. I'm excited to hear more about those all these other guys I don't even really know. I'll be honest.
And my vet is really strong in his faith as well.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to hear more about that and hear all these incredible men and what they do in their businesses and how they do it. So I'm excited. It's just going to be a new experience for all of us. So tell us, Brandy, being a new agent, going to 8%, what is your most need? What do you need most right now?
Well, I think just the tips and tricks, the ideas of just the I've figured it out this way, or this has worked for me, or try this, or I think that's kind of like, I can read the books, I can go through the trainings, but that doesn't really give me the inside track of I'll learn things, of course, on my own, but just I don't know, just having those, just meeting people too, just expanding my network of, if I have questions, or if I run into, different fields, like, say for instance, annuities, just really kind of it's a big subject, it's a big topic, if I can meet people that, have those insights, just the networking I'm excited for. And that's what's really going to be helping me, especially because I'm so new. So right now, and then also, like I said, just those tips and tricks. That's what I'm excited for.
Awesome. Rose, what is your biggest need, you think?
Gosh, my biggest need. I still, even just starting to do this, and I'm, being mentored, of course, by you and Mr. Joshua, and with the help of the team. But there's still a lot of tips and tricks that I need, and there's still, and everybody needs them, and I'm still learning, and I'm getting there, but I want to get better, and I want to get up there.
Right. What about you, Amy? What is your biggest need?
My biggest need. I don't know. I've got a couple. Mindset, always. I just can't get enough tools to keep. It's like a muscle, and it starts kind of weak, and then the more you practice, and the more you fill your head with, the teachers out there, the speakers, the motivators, on how to keep your mindset right, and improve. It gets stronger. So there's that. And then just experience. No client, no application. No one is the same.
No.
And there's always something new. Every time when you think okay, I've got this down. No, something comes out of left field that you've never heard of before. And you're like, what?
What does that even mean?
Yeah, exactly. So, but experience just comes with time and working with people.
I muted myself. My apologies. It's always good to have these fun moments. No, I agree. Even with experience, to just be honest with you ladies and everybody else out there who's watching, you have experience. You still run into things you just don't know, and we have to be okay with. I don't know this. Oh, but I remember this person at 8%.
Yeah.
Right.
Was talking about this, or I remember I connected with this person at 8%. maybe I can call them up, or I have my team with Medicare Peace of Mind. Let me check this out, text this out, and see if somebody has the answer. And with all our experiences, we will have the answer for you.
And a
All
lot
of
of
us.
people do, yeah. You always get somebody to answer back. You just put in the text, and all of a sudden, everybody's just like boom, 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 boom. And you're like, sweet.
Thank you.
Yep.
Love it.
Yep. So, any questions for me, ladies?
I don't have any questions. I'm just super excited to be at 8% with all of you all and just see your reactions. Your mind's going to be blown. You're going to love it. And I am going to love experiencing that with everyone. So,
Yes.
8% is going to be awesome. All right. I'm excited. Do you have any last words, Brandy?
Nope, just saying that I'm excited to go.
Yes. Rose, how about you? Any last words?
No last words. Just can't wait. 8% is going to be awesome. I'm super excited.
8% is going to be awesome. The Medicare Machine is here for you. Come join us if you are at 8%. Come check us out at our 3 sessions. If you want to be connected to Medicare Peace of Mind, which is our agency, our FMO, you can contact me at 720-327-0619. Again, that's 720-327-0619. You can also email me at orlando@medicarepeaceofmind.com. Orlando@medicarepeaceofmind.com. Until next time, guys, we appreciate you watching. This is the Medicare Machine. We'll see you guys later.
bye.
Later.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.